All right, Cam's here now, and I tell you what, as a Cardinals fan, I'm pretty happy with this move today.
I think all Cardinal fans are. Like, they continue to invest in their guys, Troy. Cardinals tight end Trey McBride. Here's the deal, folks. He is the highest paid tight end in the NFL. Get this, Buda Baker called this at the end of the season.
I think he's one of the best tight ends in this league. Monty's got to make him the highest paid.
He listened. You see the smile. Giamatti Ossenfort continues to win the offseason. Cardinals spending money to upgrade their roster and free agency and spending money on their own players. Cardinals locking up McBride, 4-year extension worth $76 million, $43 million guaranteed. Most catches by a tight end in the first 3 seasons of his career, and his 111 receptions last year, second most in a single season in Cardinals history. McBride, of course, was drafted by the Cardinals in the second round back in 2022. After a slow start to his career, the numbers say he's one of the best in the game.
Where you locked in and you didn't let up. Do you remember kind of when that was, where you just felt comfortable and could be the guy that you've always wanted to be?
Yeah, I think it was just the trust of the quarterback, the trust of the coaches, and then the opportunity to go out there and play. You know, really enjoyed the chemistry that Kyler and I had, and I'm super excited to build on that.
Your celebrations have become something Cardinal fans have loved. Where do these emotions just come from, and do you plan them, or is it just what happens in the moment?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, my teammates give me a hard time because I just go crazy. I don't really have anything that goes on in my brain. I just kind of throw the ball, yell, scream. I
don't know what to do with your hands.
You don't know what to do. So the flex usually happens a lot. I scream a lot.
All right, can you give us one here in a moment? Like, if you come on, like off.
Like maybe you catch a ball, throw it down. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You got all the
We do that in the newsroom when we show up for work. All right. Bo and Johnny, appreciate the time. PHX Cardinals podcast. Guys, we'll just get right to it. Obviously, the big news, Trey McBride getting that extension that we've all talked about all offseason, the highest paid tight end around the league. Guys, real quick, I need both of y'all to react at the same time. Give me your Trey face or excitement level to this extension. Go.
Oh, let's go. I don't even know what he's saying. I know he's out there chirping, but yeah, I mean, we can't
right?
big enough.
Yeah, there we go. Bo, since you had the better reaction, Johnny, I don't know what that was. We'll start with you. What did you make of the extensions? It's the right call by Monty, isn't it?
Absolutely. I know a holdover from the previous regime, but this is a position that this team, this franchise has historically just kind of turned its back on. I mean, it's been a position of futility for far too long. Before Trey McBride got into the building, they hadn't had a 100-yard receiver at tight end since 1989, which is absurd. And then McBride does it in 2023. He's done it 5 times total. Just an absolute machine. And he's a guy that he's a complete tight end. He embraces also the blocking role, but, you know, I think the leadership qualities are there. Trey McBride, this was a slam dunk. You know, we were talking NFL insider Mike Garafolo, and this was something that was prioritized by both sides. McBride wanted to be here, and the Cardinals wanted to oblige in keeping him here in the fold, and they did it in historic fashion with this 4-year reported $76 million deal.
Johnny, you get to come off the table now. You no longer have to beat on the table. The deal is done and all that. Your thoughts are what?
This is who the Cardinals want to be. They want to draft and develop and sign their own. I know this wasn't Monty Ossenfort's homegrown product. This was a parting gift from ex-GM Steve Keim. Give him credit back in 2022. But now you've looked at the landscape of this offseason, 3 players in particular that this franchise prioritized. I know McBride's deal gets done today, but he was under contract. But then you think about Buda Baker getting a contract extension during the season, James Conner as well. The Cardinals were very aggressive in getting their best players who all would have had a market this offseason under contract. And I think that's significant when you're watching guys like Trey Hendrickson have to go to the media hoping for a new deal in Cincinnati. A lot of these franchises that are typically lumped in with the Cardinals, give Michael Bidwell credit. Going out there, getting this deal done, guaranteed money. They've spent over $100 million on their defensive line in free agency. I think a lot of like the same old Cardinal myths about spending money, especially on players, their own players, has kind of gone out the wayside.
And Johnny, that's the best part in all of this. It's like
you homegrown talent, like people get connected with those talent and they want them to stick around. What James Conner has meant to this organization. I mean, he'll go down as one of the greatest running backs in Cardinal history. Buda Baker, too, as well. I mean, he's getting up there with top safeties that we've seen in this organization. And Trey McBride, Bo, you had a great stat. It just kind of speaks for himself. Like, Johnny, these are people that people have gotten to know here in the Valley. They root for, and you want to see those type of people stick with your organization long term. That wasn't always the case with the Cardinals. It's great to see him turn this page, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we think about guys like Garrison Hurst and Thomas Jones, and certainly a lot of these ex-Cardinals recently, like Zach Allen, Byron Murphy, go on to play their best football elsewhere. That's never going to be the case now with Trey McBride. You're going to see the prime of Trey McBride's career wearing a Cardinal on his helmet. That's the way it should be.
Bo, how does this help the offense? How does this help kind of the big picture moving forward? I've said this a lot last year. They just need more time together. They're going to get it, right?
Absolutely, but you don't need the time for Kyler Murray and Trey McBride to develop that rapport. It's already in place, and you saw him, second in receptions and receiving yards at his position last year. 111 catches. He almost caught Larry Fitz for the single-season franchise record. Actually, I think it's D-Hop. I can't remember which great receiver it was.
Yep,
but you got a tight end reaching those numbers. It's unbelievable. You want Marvin Harrison Jr. to tap into his draft potential at 4th overall. We believe in Michael Wilson, but the only proven commodity in this passing attack is Trey McBride. So as far as what it's going to do for this offense, it's already doing it. Now you just need the rest of the pieces, the complementary pieces, to catch up. But you could tell that Kyler Murray and his reaction on social media, he's pumped to have his main playmaker in the fold through 2029.
Guys, I think one of the best parts about Trey, going back through all the archive stuff we have today, is like his first year, the dude was a deer in the headlights. He had to learn and kind of grow into this role. And then once they cut ties with Zach Ertz, he got laser focused. He has not let his foot off the gas whatsoever. How can both of y'all speak to just his growth into this tight end where now he, I think, is considered widely across the board one of the best tight ends in the league?
Well, I've got a great story. It was the first regular season game that Bo and I had worked together, a part of this podcast. It was in 2022. And I remember walking into our studio in downtown Phoenix. Bo's at the game, and I look and the inactives come out. He was inactive his first game as a second-round pick. It was completely befuddling. And I know that he's always had the skill set, right? I do think that early on in his career, he was a byproduct of a little bit of mismanagement from the coaching staff and maybe the ex-GM. This kid has always had the ability. He was an unbelievable player at Colorado State. He was the offense. And it's funny, once the Cardinals kind of smartened up and were yeah, we can force feed this guy 10 to 12 targets a game. Guess what? He might be the best tight end in the NFL. So I think back to having to overcome that, right? Having to overcome a regime change, not the guy who drafted you. We've seen a lot of these ex-Cardinals now that were under the Steve Keim era not make it through these first couple of years with Monty Ossenford. This is the biggest deal as a tight end in NFL history. He's deserved it tenfold. And again, it speaks to the kind of player and person he is.
Bo, you remember that anniversary?
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of I don't like to remember. It's not fun.
Sure.
Right, he was inactive, but it is kind of.
But those were the early days, right? Of Trey McBride.
It was tough. We were trying to figure it out. We should have been inactive as far as just hosting a podcast way back then. But it's a testament to how far Trey McBride has come, man. He's coming from the Mountain West. This wasn't a Power 5 guy, but he led the FBS in receiving yards. He goes from 55th overall, but also had to kind of wait, as you said, bide his time while Zach Ertz was kind of in his way. But Jonathan Gannon, Cam, you know what he says? It's a great quote of his. You know how you get better at football? You play football. And they kind of figured out a way that, get Zach Ertz out of the way, and he took off ever since. And the Cardinals are really kind of reaping the benefits from that.
All right, guys, here we go. Big picture. Calais Campbell coming back. One of the more, my reaction to that, I think was one of the more exciting kind of reactions I've had in a while. And the reason is because bringing a guy like Calais home, I think means so much more to this organization and this fan base. He's always been a fan favorite. As Kyler said on social media, should have never left this place whatsoever, should have never put on another jersey. But what he can still do to this defensive line, I just think is a massive thing. Johnny, real quick, your reaction to Calais coming home was what?
I think elation because he had a market. This is not like a throwaway, respectfully, Terrell Suggs signing at the end of his career. Like, this is a guy who is going to make upwards of $7.5 million this year. We were in Miami for the game last year. Bo and I have talked about this. He was the best defensive lineman on either team last year. He's 37 years old. So it's a coup, and I think it speaks to, because Calais was here with Bruce Arians, right? He was here with Ken Wisenhunt. He doesn't know Jonathan Gannon. It speaks to Gannon and Ossenford and Nick Rawls, what they have built and what they have this team going upward trajectory defensively. That, hey, come in, play 50, 55, 60% of the snaps. We're going to keep you fresh. And oh, by the way, maybe you get to finish your career the place you started at.
And Bo, kind of to piggyback off Johnny's point there, the regimes that he played under, he can like bring all those cultures together, right? Like take the best of Wiz, the best of BA, no risk it, no biscuit, getting close, getting to that NFC title game, getting to the Super Bowl back then. And then with this new culture that's there, it's a cool mixture of the past, the present, and kind of the future, right?
It absolutely is. You know, first season is run to the Super Bowl and then that NFC Championship run in 2015. He kind of got to time travel past the thin years that we all had to experience here in the desert.
Hey, lucky him.
Yeah, playing at a high level with the Ravens. I'm sorry. He's the complete package, though. You know that. We all know that very well. You know, not just a great player on the field, which he remains. He's working out with James Harrison's old trainer, a guy who played close to 40 years old, just like Calais, making sure he's keeping his body in shape so he can play at a high level. But what he does off the field, what he does in the locker room, like philanthropically, Calais Campbell remains the complete package. And that's why it's so exciting to be able to embrace him potentially as he plays out his final year, you know, maybe years in the NFL here in the desert.
Yeah, the best part is, Bo, to piggyback off that, is the foundation never left here. He kept a lot of his community work here in the Valley, which was always really cool, especially around the holidays. All right, guys, where are they going to draft now? I mean, they seem to address a lot of needs here. To me, it's an open book now, and this is like where Monty lives in that era where anything can happen. He can pull some trades. They can go, do they need another defensive lineman, offensive lineman? I think they still need another receiver to pair with Marvin. Guys, what do you want in the draft now? Well, has to be like 3 or 4 mock draft changes, right, over the past couple of weeks, right?
No doubt about it. I mean, we there was already kind of some murky waters there about which direction. We still firmly believe the best route would be defensive front 7, but instead of the interior, there's not that much of a need with Calais and Dalvin Tomlinson and Darius Robinson, as you mentioned, like just a million defensive linemen. I still think they could do it. Look at Philly. They continuously take a first round defensive tackle, but I think edge rusher remains the biggest need. They're doing their homework on those guys. They're bringing in James Pierce Jr. for a top 30 visit. They've got guys like Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M, also top prospects, but then also looking at guys down the draft board that they've brought into their facility. So, but I agree with you. It gives them the ability to what Monty Ossenford said earlier this week and go BPA, best player available. And if it's a corner, if one falls in their lap like Will Johnson, you have the ability to pull that trigger.
Johnny, GMs say that, like, hey, we're going to take the best player available. I never believed it when they say that. But I feel like now Monty can, in a sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, how high do you want to take Cam Scatterbill is basically the question.
Well, I mean, you and I are in the same boat. I think we got Bo to like get on the skipper. You know what I mean? Like, he's waiting for us on the dock. Listen. Cam yeah. But Johnny, I like that.
It's a little rich for our boy Cam.
Yeah, sure. We go second round, though.
Yeah, we'll get to Cam Scatterbill in due time. Pick 16, I'm with Bo. You have to lean into the strength of the draft, which is something that the prior regime, not to continually knock them, had not done historically. Like, look what Ossenford did. Took the best offensive tackle in Paris 2 years ago. Okay, it was a good tackle class. Last year, it was a great receiver class. Took the best receiver, right? Got a premium position, Darius Robinson. Here's what I will do. I will dispel, I think, a lot of what has come on the Twitter streets. It's like, well, can they just go and take an off-ball linebacker if it's the best one in the draft? Or can they take a guard? I don't believe this franchise is going to play in that sandbox if it's not a premium position. Tackle, defensive tackle, edge, wide receiver potentially in the right scenario like last year with Marv, quarterback. I mean, those are the positions that they're going to prioritize in the first round of the draft. And this year, I double down with Bo. It is a special defensive line class. It's a good draft. It's not a great draft. It's not like last year. It would behoove them to go after an edge rusher. You know, we had it noted on our show, Jalen Walker, top 30 visit recently. James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, top 30. I mean, those are guys that are going to be around that area. Perfect world, I think you get one of them. If not, I think to your point, Cam, they'd love to trade down, acquire more picks, take one of these second-tier edge rushers. And then, on day 2, we're having some fun. You want to take a wideout, do that. You want to take Cam Scatterbo, I'm all for it. So you got to still take your vegetables here, because I think really in 2025, this defense has a chance, if they hit on their first pick, to be a top 10 unit in the NFL.
That's the key, guys. Like, you got to get someone, and I believe that too, Johnny, who impacts, like comes in right away, can figure out a way to fit in. I don't think anybody can ever go wrong with a position of need on defense right there in the first round. I've always been a big fan of finding starting offensive linemen, like in later rounds. We see it all the time. Second round, third round, fourth round. You can find those offensive linemen that can plug in right away. So if you can pick a premier guy, they got to contribute in that first round. That's the key. Guys, did we miss anything? None of y'all commented on my in-sync microphone. I appreciate that. Thank you for this is like a test. I'll get another mic later.
Are you calling me to tell me like the warranty on my car, my auto loan? It's
yes. Would you like to renew your house insurance, Bo, or your car insurance? I got you both. Guys, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Cam.
He does everything the right way. He's a good leader for us on and off the field. He works, he prepares, and he produces. And so, Trey is definitely a guy that we want to continue to be in our program and continue to see what he can do for us offensively.
The mental part of the game, I think he can take strides, which we've talked about. The physical part of the game, I think he can take strides. He's young. He's got a lot of good ball in him left. So glad we have him. Obviously, he's a premier player for us, and I'm excited about moving forward with him.
I love football.
10-year-old Forge Martin is a massive football fan, massive Buffalo Bills fan, who often gets to interview the players.
You got 2 moms. I think you're maybe the first NFL.
But this recent interview with Cardinals tight end Trey McBride caught his eye.
I think it's just something that needs to be normalized.
Papa, we need to get a new jersey soon. This is my first non-Bills jersey.
Forge's comments got back to McBride, so he decided to send him a jersey. Like Forge, McBride also has parents of the same sex.
It's very important just to let him know that he's not alone.
Oh, we're so proud. Super proud, and we're just excited for him.
And the jersey came with a message.
This is Forge, follow your dreams. The world is yours.
Don't make me cry.
That's so nice.
It was inspiring knowing that somebody else is out there that does the same thing that I want to do, is good at football, and is like in the same situation with me, except he has 2 moms and I have 2 dads. For my tackle football season, I'm changing my number to 85.
Forge then got to FaceTime with McBride, or as he calls him, his new big brother.
It means a lot because he doesn't have a brother, and me and my husband, we're just always like worried about when he goes and does things, will he be accepted? Do you know what I mean? And will he have to be quiet about his family, or can he be proud? And to just see him so seen and so proud, it just made me feel like no matter what he does, he's gonna be fine.
If you ever need anything, I'm here for you, dude, all the time. Like, seriously.
The Cardinals opened the season in Buffalo, and Forge already has a surprise for his new favorite player.
So I'm going to give him my tackle football jersey.
You got to sign it for him.
Yeah, I'm going to sign it. The Bills are still higher on favoritism. Like, the Cardinals are here. Then favorite player, Trey is here. Then my second favorite player is probably like right here. He used to be my favorite though.
I've won a lot of awards. I've been, a great football player, but this is bigger than it all. This is kind of that award that shows, the character of who you are, along with the great football player that you can be. So I think this one, to me, is the biggest of them all. This one's the one that means the most to so many people, and the impact that I can have to change, lives. I think this is very unique and important to me. We do hate the Rams. Every team that's in our division, we don't like them, and hopefully we can go out there and put a whooping on them this week.
Hello?
Trey.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Steve Keim with the Cardinals. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been dreaming about this my whole life. Arizona's going to be perfect.
That's what it is, man. Sometimes in life, too, what you got to do? You got to literally, take in the moment. You know what I mean? And take in the moment, truly, remember this time and all the hard work you put into it. Just be proud of yourself, man. And we had high grades on you. You were highest tight end on the board. And
no doubt.
And I know
I promise you won't regret this. I promise you that.
Yes, sir. Well, good stuff. Well, listen, I want to let you talk to Michael, our owner, but congratulations, and I hope you do get to enjoy it with your family. Be smart, get ready, come in here in shape, and be ready to roll.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
bud?
man. I'm honored. I can't wait to be there.
Okay, Trey, here's Michael.
Trey, Michael Bidwell, congratulations and welcome to the Cardinals.
No, man, thank you so much, man. I'm just, God dang, man, I'm so excited. This is awesome. I just trained in Arizona there at Exos, and I fell in love with the place. I love it, man. I love Phoenix. I love everything about it. So
Awesome.
I'm just thrilled as hell.
Awesome. Well, here's Coach Kingsbury.
Trey.
Coach, how you doing?
Hey, man, great.
Man, hey, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled. I'm honored, and I promise you won't regret this.
Dude, we are thrilled. We did not think we'd have any chance to get you right now, and you're a tremendous talent. What we do, as you know, I think fits you perfectly, and there's not a better guy in the league to learn from than Zach Ertz. So,
man, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. He's such a great player. He's been such a great pro, and I'm just excited as hell to learn behind him.
Well, we're excited to get you, man. So get ready to play. There ain't no red shirt, all right?
I'm ready, man. Hey, I'm coming in ready to roll, man. I love Arizona. I just trained there in Phoenix.
Oh, it's the best. Hey,
so
you got
I fell
drafted.
in love with that damn place.
You got drafted to football paradise, man. Trust me.
Let's go, baby.
You can't beat it
go,
out
man.
here.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Congrats, man. Y'all have fun.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Take
much,
care.
Coach. Excited
Bye.
to see you.
Yep. See it.